Hi, welcome to one more episode of Zindagi Ka Safar. Welcome, Mahua and Mukul. Welcome to the
Thank you.
Good evening.
good evening to you. So I think we have now three people who are from Nagpur and three bongs who are also there on this show. So it's more like going to be a Bengali adda which we are going to have, and we are going to be talking about life in general. So when I mentioned Bengali, I think one thing is about Durga Puja, which is a very important one. But one very unique thing, because since all of us are from Nagpur, was the Ravan Dahan, which used to happen at KP, okay, Kasturijan
Custodian
Park,
Park, yeah.
which was exactly opposite Mahua's school.
School.
Yeah, and our school was not very far up, but people used to, matlab, I don't know which one was more recognizable, saying that KP jana hai opposite St. Joseph Convent, या St. Joseph Convent
Saint
jana hai
Joseph जाना
opposite
है
to
KP
KP,
के सामने.
KP के सामने. So anyway, the best part is, I think this is something which at least I don't get to see it in Bangalore. पूना में होता है ऐसा कुछ, मतलब रावण दहन वगैरह होता है कुछ?
Not really. I mean, we have not really, ventured into, and we have not also heard about because this was something very Nagpuri, I would say,
Yeah.
very close. And I'm sure this happens in Bangalore. Maybe, but you're saying that this does not happen there. But I was hoping that this happens in that part of the country. But in Nagpur for sure. I mean, but Pune में नहीं सुना है.
पुणे में नहीं सुना.
रावण दहन
अप
नहीं सुना.
नॉर्थ होता है शायद. अप नॉर्थ इज यूपी साइड में शायद होता होगा. आई एम नॉट श्योर.
होता होगा.
होता होगा.
But that's something that we'll have to Google up and see.
Google up and see, exactly.
Because when we shifted to Pune,
हाँ.
one of the very दुखोर कथा थी, the sad part was that संक्रांत में कोई पतंग नहीं उड़ाता यहाँ पे.
हाँ.
So like we were like very surprised कि भाई नागपुर में तो आकाश का देखते पावा जेतो ना, like it's पतंग उड़ाना है, मतलब it used to be such a huge thing for us program. Into ekhane eshe, after coming to Pune, I mean, it was a really disappointing thing because we could hardly see any patang anywhere. So there was no patang culture in Pune.
Pune, yes. Okay, fair enough. There's one more reason why I have also put it, because ये जो जोड़ी, the couple who is joined, we call them made for each other couple. So राम सीता की जोड़ी है. Maybe इस ग्रुप में शायद मैं ही रावण होऊंगा. Anyway, I'm sitting in front of the Ravan statue, which is there. पता नहीं उसके आजू बाजू कौन है, बाकी दो fellows who are there. So we are going to be hearing about our modern and Ram and Sita. So महुआ से चालू कर लेते. महुआ, थोड़ा सा मतलब आपके राम के बारे में और मुकुल के बारे में थोड़ा बताइए, उसकी जिंदगी के सफर के बारे में बताइए to the people.
मैं वही सोच रही थी कि किसी और के जिंदगी के सफर के बारे में दूसरा इंसान कैसे बताए. मतलब मेरा तो 24 साल का ही इसके साथ जिंदगी का सफर, जो बाकी का जो सुना हुआ है. So yeah, जो कुछ भी सुना हुआ है, it has been a very interesting story है कि he takes pride in saying one thing. Rest he will continue. So he takes pride in saying one thing that like he used to tell our children कि where are you born? बच्चा they used to ask कि कुथाय, where are you born and all. I'm talking about many years back. So he used to say, you मोगली का नाम सुना है? मोगली का नाम सुना है? जहाँ मोगली का जन्म हुआ है वहीं मेरा जन्म हुआ है. So these kids used to be very curious about it कि अच्छा कहाँ जन्म हुआ, कहाँ जन्म. So like, so basically he is born in Balaghat. And where I mean the scenic thing about Rudyard Kipling's story of Mowgli also begins. So as that time mining, everything, it's all about the wilderness. It's about how we are growing up in the wild, running around different small insects and birds and all these things. So that is how I think we grew up. Even he shares the similar thing. And then comes the little city life and the schooling and the boredom, basically getting into the school, and like all dreams come crashing like that ki yaar khelte parbo na oibhabe types, so yeah, he grew up in Balaghat, and schooling and all happened in Nagpur in say St. Francis SFS school. And struggling, I think that what he talks a lot about is like now now we see a lot of students being very anxious about studies and percentage. And what we used to say, यार इतने percent तो हमारे सबके मिला के इतने पे एक को मिलता है अभी. But
Yes.
yeah, struggling with studies, trying to keep pace with whatever was happening in school and all.
Hmm.
And but I've seen him, or I've heard him saying that part of the life has been very beautiful, with very great parents and elder brother in the scene who's very protective about him, how
Hmm.
everything is. And growing up in a middle class family with our own struggles and
Yeah.
making a name through the engineering part, which happened in Ramdev Baba Engineering College,
Hmm.
and then at a very young age getting into the corporate life of first job being in Sandvik, right? Sandvik, and then climbing the ladders. From there, there's no looking back. So that's how I see that is that part of the suffer. Like as you say, Zindagi ka safar is like never ending. It's a suffer. It's a journey.
This journey.
But these are the things that the pointers that I feel we're taking. I mean, I feel proud mentioning it. When I see him, when I hear about him, and now what I see him
Hmm.
is it's been a beautiful suffer for him, I guess.
Yeah. So I think you have very nicely summarized 50 plus years of his existence. One thing I can say about the school part,
Yeah.
though you said maybe the freedom had gone, it had gone, but I think we equally enjoyed. And Mukul
Yeah.
will will agree on that particular point, which is there.
Those things I don't know, na. Those
You are not
enjoyed.
aware, yes.
What you
Yeah, which is true, which is true. So थोड़ा मुकुल से पूछ लेते हैं. तो अभी बताओ, मतलब now the bar has been set. She has, मतलब तुम्हारी स्टोरी इतने प्यार से बता दिया उसने. अब बताओ, तुम बताओ अगर now the bar, तुम कैसे इसको ओवरटेक करो?
So I should now fill in the blanks, right?
Yeah.
No, you should be talking about me.
Now you need to. You can add something about whatever some part of your life,
Yes.
as Mahua said, she has
Yes.
not covered everything.
Yeah. I mean, so as you rightly said, very nicely summarized. 52 years in less than 5 minutes. So that was really great and very clear. But a couple of things. So Mowgli, yes. I mean, so Balaghat is where I was born, of course, and just want to mention it here that like the way you see people taking a lot of pride coming from a Fauji family. So I am a third generation mining guy. So my grandfather was a mining person. My father was a mining person. And interestingly, the time that I was born, I was not born in a hospital. I was born at home.
Oh.
And the level of dedication or the kind of setup at that point in time was such that while I was born, my father was inside the mines, and Balaghat happens to be one of the deepest manganese mines in Asia. And he was responsible for one of the most important levels at that point in time. And so he was underground. He was on the job. And mining, as they say, is the most dangerous profession in peace times. During the war times, army certainly is, and फौज में होता है जैसे होता है. But so that was the level of, and somehow maybe right from the time that I was born, knowingly unknowingly, that element of commitment and sincerity towards doing things the way it has to be done was there. Interestingly for me, my Dadu, as I said, was from the mining industry. My Nanaji, my mother's father, is also from the mining industry. And as luck would have it, Mahua's father is also from the mining industry.
Okay.
So there was no other way in destiny that I could have been anybody else but a mining engineer.
Okay. So Ramdev Baba, you did a mining engineering, is it?
Yes. So so I did my 10th. And like you were one of the brightest guys in the school. I was not. And Tuhin, I was also wanting to mention this, that at some point in time, I would like to do a Zindagi Ka Safar episode with you.
Definitely.
Interviewing you.
Definitely.
Because, and I'll just take a couple of minutes to compliment you. The way you were in school, very studious, very serious. And then when I met you for the first time, after many, many years in our reunion in Nagpur, you were a completely different animal. Sufiana andaz mein baal, the dressing style, the overall persona was very different. Abhi dekhna, red frame, chashme ka.
Yes.
You know, so I mean, it is really commendable. And then I see you singing, you know, on the stage, and picking up a very vibrant social flair is really commendable. I mean, I would really want to know the story behind this transformation.
Definitely.
I mean, I know that
One
behind
day
every successful man there is a woman, and I would then also want to have that particular person that really, you know, guided you through this whole transformation. Yeah.
There are lots of women. उसको बहुत सारे मतलब episode लगेंगे who have been.
And you know what, you and me, we also have this thing common, because we are also blessed with 2 daughters.
Daughters.
Yeah?
Yes.
And so I am a very spoiled, pampered person at home, because I'm surrounded by a lot of women. So yeah, there are a lot of women
Same
that are
here.
a part of the that have invested in curating us and making us whatever we are today. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, coming back to the life journey part. So yeah, so from 10th and school studies were certainly you know, a bit of, I never really realized as to पढ़ाई करनी क्यों है, ये अलजेब्रा क्यों पढ़ना है, ज्योमेट्री क्यों पढ़ना है, होगा क्या, अब ज्योग्राफी पढ़ना है, क्यों पढ़ना है, मुझे मालूम नहीं था. But you know what you realize, that you every day you learn something, or you get certain inputs, whether you want it or not, that comes in handy at a later date in life. Yeah. I mean, over time, as I started moving into my work profile, and the roles started moving from, you know, regional to national to, you know, international, global, and things like that. I mean, geography समझ में आया, geometry समझ में आया, you know, and everything became so much more relevant. The unfortunate part was that during those times of those 10 years, it was a very, you know, a different approach. I'm not saying that we didn't enjoy those times. That was certainly there, but till the 10th, and you know, studies was not fun. Everything other than studies was fun. Patang, kancha, gilli danda, athletics, football, hockey, you know, was what kept me ticking. And that part of the wilderness, because being in the mines, every summer vacation and every vacation used to be in the mining areas. So, you know, growing up with you know, chasing monkeys, and you know, Hindi में बोलते हैं sadda, you know, the chameleons, chameleons, वो पकड़ना है. And you know, that reminds me, one day I landed up in school, and I don't know if you know this, but it was Sir Daniel who was taking a class. हम लोग का वॉलीबॉल ग्राउंड था, उसके ऊपर के क्लास, तब वो अभी आज का वॉलीबॉल ग्राउंड नियर दो स्टैप्स, इट इज कंप्लीटली, यू नो, फ्लोर्ड एंड पेव्ड, जहां हम लोग का रियूनियन का गैदरिंग हुआ था, उसके ऊपर में जो क्लास था, I had a bottle, a glass bottle, and there were 12 scorpions that had caught over the previous weekend, and I carried it to school, right? And unfortunately, the bag dropped, the bottle broke, and all those scorpions came out in the class. So yeah, that's some. I mean, you know, some experiences like this, which is, I would say, very, very unusual, and that is what brings my connect to Mowgli. So that's how it was. So yeah, so 10th happened. After 10th, got into diploma, and interestingly, that was also a year that my father, while working, started a polytechnic college near Tumsar. So got into doing my diploma there, and then my engineering in Ramdev Baba. So, and from there, got into, you know, these multinationals working, and as I said, life has been good so far.
I'm just thinking कि मतलब मोगली का कोई ये था, मतलब लाइफ पार्टनर, सोल पार्टनर कोई था क्या? No, because बच्चे का ही ये था ना, because it never. कोई नहीं था वगैरह.
No, I don't remember that.
नहीं, उसका नहीं था.
तो बट महुआ के बारे में तो बात, सॉरी
नहीं, sorry, it need not be like a human form from Mowgli's point of view, because Mowgli had क्या नाम था, Bagheera, और वो जो बाकी के थे, तो they were his soulmates.
Soulmates, true.
He really had.
तो महुआ के बारे में बता दो, सोलमेट वगैरह. तो मैं तो I'll not compare with the Bagheera's soulmate, but बताओ.
I mean, okay, let's have this fun, right? Let's draw some similes with Bagheera, right? Bagheera was a big bear, right? I don't know Bagheera bear था कि नहीं था. I don't know, whatever. Okay, so Moa, you know what? This is something which had to happen. And if you look at her story, so again, comes from a mining family. Father is a mining person. Has spent her childhood in again the wilderness because of the locations of where my father-in-law was there. Moa's parents were there. So that happened, and she grew up again chasing monkeys, chasing butterflies, and that was her initial formative years. And then, as luck would have it, because the dots have to come, you have to connect the dots. The Almighty was connecting the dots. So उसको बोला कि चल ठीक है तू नागपुर आजा, मुकुल भी नागपुर में है. So she arrived to Nagpur, got into St. Joseph, and
Study was never.
it was ongoing, right? And you know what? You remember this Bharat Furniture हम लोगों का that
सदर में है, हाँ, स्कूल के पास.
अपने स्कूल में वो खेमका मोटर्स के पास में.
Yes.
There was a tank. There was a small little water. There was a tank where there were goldfishes. I don't know.
Goldfish, not a
Goldfish, I'm not
I don't
sure,
know.
but anyway.
Okay. Yeah. So and that is one point where Moa would come and take a couple of minutes after school. And I also used to go there either during lunch or after school, and I used to also go there. So it is 100% possible that we would have crossed paths at some point.
Oh, definitely. That's very interesting.
So, yes. And so she did her schooling from there, then her graduation from LAD.
Okay.
Yeah, and she started working pretty early in life. And she was always a person which was more hands-on, leading it from the front and taking charge. So she did that, and while she was doing this, she stepped into exploring her various other dimensions, and she got into a bit of modeling and fashion shows, and she came out as Miss Nagpur.
So all these things are in Nagpur, Moa? All these things which he is talking about?
Yeah. Everything.
So I was in 93, 94. I was Miss Nagpur for 93, 94. That year. Yeah.
And then she started working. She started working, got a bit of a hands-on experience working with a couple of hotels there. Got into she was also in the initial project team of Indorama.
Oh.
When Indorama was setting up in Nagpur, their base in Nagpur, she was in that team. So has a lot of stories to talk about, and learnings during that time. And then and this was also the time that we were already seeing each other. We were more a couple. We were and things continued from there. In 2005, we moved to Pune.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would say Moa is a person that has been continuously growing. So this was the schooling, the college, the fashion show, and that part of the life. And then we getting married, starting our family. Yeah, taking a step back to take care of the family and giving me the support to really take it forward. And then we came to Pune, and at this point in time, she decided to further add a couple of more colors to her personality, and that's where she did her BA.
Oh.
And got into teaching.
Wow.
And she had a stint of about 7 years, 7 years with in the teaching domain with Vibgyor. And this was also then the time that Vibgyor was again setting up their footprints in various cities. So Pune was one of them, and then she got into that, and then in about 2014. Yeah. She again got the bug of saying that no, I have to study again. Okay. So and I'm really mentioning it here because it's very commendable that you at this then age decide to get back to college, sit in the class with youngsters, and so while my elder one was in a 10th grade, Moa decided to get back to college,
Okay.
and she did her master's in psychology,
Hmm.
and since 2015,
Hmm.
yeah, she's then very active and a very sought after counselor and a psychotherapist.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's her growth story so far.
Okay. One thing which I think, given that both of you have been saying that you were made for each other and you met and all, so shall I assume that finally, when you people wanted to marry, everyone was very happy. The family members said, "चलो भाई, this was." ये कैसे हुआ मतलब why this twist in the tail? और क्या चाहिए मतलब बंगाली लड़का है, बंगाली लड़की है, दोनों पढ़े लिखे हैं, अच्छे घर के हैं, मतलब coming from the same background, मतलब ऑब्जेक्शन किधर से आ गया और क्यों आ गया?
I I will tell you this answer. It is sometimes what happens is when everything is fine, 10 out of 10, something has to go wrong because drama चाहिए life में ना. So हुआ ये था कि culturally or we were very different as families.
Hmm.
And we were dating for 4 years only with the intention that uh, this part of the family, my in-law side, they will have an acceptance of me because, I'm talking about 1990, 1992, 93, when I was into full, जो भी होता था, Nagpur, as it is, it was a very small city. उसमें भी, I was very, we were very way ahead, like my side of the family, like
Hmm.
a little modern, करो जो करना है life में, कोई problem नहीं है. So modeling was one of it, and nobody stopped me. There was no reason to stop because that's what I mean, everybody believed कि नहीं कर सकती है. So I was seen on many of the newspapers. I was doing fashion shows and all these things, and the family that I was about to transit into
Hmm.
is, it's a very orthodox, very conventional, very what do you call, conservative, I would say, side of the family, which for them it was a cultural shock. For me, for taking me inside the family की fashion show करती है, modeling करती है, घर कैसे बसाएगी, something like that. So that was the only, मैंने कहा ना एक ड्रामा चाहिए था, वो एक maybe I self created that drama. So yeah, so we waited. That's the reason why we took a little longer time to come to the conclusion that we need to get married, because he was trying to specify his side of the family, no, she's a good girl and good family or ye wo, but बहुत वेट करके 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 जब 2-3 साल बीत गए, हमने कहा नहीं, नहीं मान रहे, होने वाला है नहीं, तब जाके हमने सोचा कि नहीं, we need to take that step.
I mean, and I think it is all about growing. I mean, as we grow, we all grow, as a family, as a society, as the whole thing. I mean, what we know today, with the benefit of the hindsight, now things look a lot more, logical, and I mean, so that's how it is, and that's a part of that's where you, as I said, this is a part of growing up, and I think that's how the journey was.
Yeah.
And you know what? अगर वैसा नहीं होता तो ये सवाल नहीं होता, और ये सवाल नहीं होता तो फिर ये that I think you need a reason to bond. You need a reason to put your heads and your shoulders together to make things happen. And I think this was a very initial challenge that we together had to make it work. And yeah, that's how it is.
And I think it would have definitely made it much more stronger because both of you, as you said, you continue for 3-4 years and then trying to reconcile the families to your way of doing it. So मतलब एक बार अंदर आ जाए फिर तो मतलब you are going to make it work. The marriage
Exactly.
क्या कुछ भी चल जाए. Yeah.
We know that the other person has your back, basically. I mean, that we have gone through that.
Yes, that is very important. That when you are taking such an important decision of your life, you have to be 100% sure that the other person is with you, beside you, and without that you cannot take these steps ahead. And it's not that it was something like very with lot of grudges, nothing like that. It's just that we were wanting to take a decision and there was oppositions. Later on things became beautiful, but that patch was rough. But fortunately, because we were on the same wavelength, same platform, we could sail through this. I still remember, I think that we both of us, we had that sense of humor about everything. We didn't take অনেকটা বেশি serious করে ব্যাপারটা মানে কান্নাকাটি, we never had that kind of a thing. ठीक है, नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है, हो जाएगा, देख लेंगे, जब होगा तब देखेंगे. So that made us go through this in a very with a very light head,
Okay, fair enough. Mukund, we spoke about culture, and I think coming from your work perspective, you've worked in different cultures. For example, you worked in, let's say, Nagpur has got a slightly different culture than Pune, where you have worked, plus you have worked in Europe, as an example. So did you find the work culture to be different, or you need to be adjusting your either leadership style or managerial style when you're working in different cultures?
I mean, yeah, you certainly. I mean, you need to be continuously evolving and adjusting yourself to suit the surrounding if you have to succeed. And one of the things that is very different in the way, as I would say, an Indian would approach something, and in a way, an European would approach something. So typically, I mean, we as Indians have always thrived in chaos. And I say this with, I mean, very full awareness that we are not a very organized breed of people, this part of the world. I mean, you see the way our country is run. I mean, you create chaos, you come out with some story, and you do it. And I'm not pointing fingers, but this is how things happen. I mean, we have always thrived in chaos. This is how we do it. And one of the things that we have learned while we are doing this is multitasking. So a typical Indian or an Asian would be okay multitasking. His plate has to be full with a lot of things, right? And you can see a reflection of this in the marriages when people are taking their food, that they want a lot of things on their plate. Same goes with work. Yeah.
Yes.
There has to be a lot of things on their plate. You flip back to a European setup. You go to a dinner, and there will be one thing at a time. They talk about so it is also a part of the way things are done. Same with work. People there are very focused. You will not see somebody jumping into 3, 4, 5 things at the same time, trying to manage everything. Yeah. So and their work-life balance or is too much or a little over weight on the personal life side. So you can have a very important discussion going on your professional front, maybe a very important project. The project is hitting a rock and things like that, and the guy suddenly says, guys, what, I have a hard close at 3:30 because I have to go pick up my kid from the school. You will wonder, yaar, ye kya bol raha hai? But then nobody would mind it. In the entire hierarchy, nobody would object. You are allowed that flexibility to get up, leave the meeting, and go give attention to your family. And so this is something which is a very, very different in your work culture from the European side to the Asian side or to the Indian side. I mean, I remember missing out on a couple of birthdays for my children, missing out or getting late in our first marriage anniversary. Yeah, coming back home after such a interesting, dramatic marriage. Yeah, because we had to go meet a customer. I mean, if I was in the European context, this wouldn't have happened, never. Yeah. So this is a bit of a difference in the culture, but I think we have there are pros and cons on either side. And the last bit that I would want to leave here is, in the European context, it is a very individualistic approach. So every individual has to bring value to the table.
Yes.
Irrespective of whether you are the head of the organization or you are the guy in the lowest rung, if you do not bring value to the table, you cannot or you do not get respect. Irrespective of your culture and your ethnicity or your background, if you are adding value to a particular project, you will get recognized and you will get respected for that, which is a bit different. Either मैंने boss से मैंने बोल दिया तो तुमको करना पड़ेगा is again a bit of a difference here. Yeah. But as I said, all areas have its own pros and cons, and thankfully, I've been, I've been there, experienced a lot of this. Being a part of also the project and project teams globally, working with various cultures, right from China to Brazil, to the US. So it's been extremely interesting learning experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wonderful. Mahua, you have done a lot of things, but we'll focus on what you have done in the last, because that's a very, very interesting part which is there. And you have used your learning on psychology, and you do counseling sessions. So in your experience in the last 5-6 years when you've been doing it, what are some areas where you mostly see people wanting some kind of help and guidance when you're looking at counseling?
See, I think this, when I academically tried to make myself qualified to go ahead in this particular profession,
Hmm.
I was already in my 40s.
Hmm.
So I was already carrying a lot of my life experience and life skills,
Yeah.
right? At the same time, the understanding the clinical aspect, the anatomy of the human side, the brain,
Hmm.
added a value to it. So when I started practicing not like a 20, 21 years old, but I started practicing as a 45 years old person.
Hmm.
So for me, the advantage was that I was handling a wide spectrum of the mental well-being side,
Hmm.
whether it is about adolescents or teenagers to relationship conflicts to professional advices to academic counseling to
Hmm.
individual mental health or mental well-being side.
Yeah.
So uh, what what if you ask me what I enjoy or I like doing uh, uh, is the area which is more I mean not very people are not knowing much about, or don't take into consideration a lot about it,
Hmm.
is the personality disorder side. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
personality disorder side is more challenging because one is the awareness, one is the acceptance is not there,
Hmm.
acknowledgement is not there. I mean, even if it is, people are aware about mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's something called mental health, but then desensitizing the whole thing.
Hmm.
Uh, it's okay.
Hmm.
You have a broken arm, you go to a doctor, you need to fix something up there as well.
Hmm.
So that part, the transition to bring the acknowledgement into it, to desensitize the whole aspect of approaching for a mental well-being or a mental health help
Hmm.
is what is the most challenging. Rest is going to happen the moment somebody walks in and wants to seek help.
Hmm.
There are tools, there's a structured way of doing it. So
Yeah.
definitely a personality is going to get back on track, or things are going to get better.
Hmm.
But the challenging part is, or if you ask me what's the drive is to desensitize the whole thing.
Hmm.
The make people know about, or कि भाई ठीक है, awareness. अब हम लोग we have this mental health awareness day, amka day, damka day, but then what will happen with that? Nothing.
Hmm. Hmm.
Even when people come to me, I mean, whether it's an individual, I see a whole huge baggage. I mean,
Hmm.
they have been suffering, say, maybe for 2-3 years,
Hmm.
maybe 5-6 years, 10-15 years.
Hmm.
Like 2 days back, I had a same similar age, 51 years old lady coming to me,
Hmm.
and she says, I don't know where to start from.
Hmm.
So, and it was the first time that she was seeking help. So at the age of
Hmm.
51, if you're seeking help, and
Yeah.
where will you start from?
Hmm.
So this is a challenge. This is where I feel that I'm doing great in that, in the sense, not by the commercial aspect of it, but
Hmm.
I feel very satisfied seeing that I have been able to be there to bring that change in, whether it's individual or family or group. I've seen that change over in these 6-7 years of things. So yeah.
Just
I mean,
sorry. Hmm.
I just
Go
add
on.
in here.
Hmm.
I mean, so when you talk about desensitizing the topic about mental health,
Hmm.
what's very interesting here is to see that when you're talking about amongst friends, families, and things like that,
Hmm.
people talk about various other things in life.
Yeah.
Somebody, by a stroke of luck has had a fractured leg or a दांत में दर्द हो गया, ऐसा कुछ हो गया. Nobody talks about mental health issues.
Yes.
Nobody will talk about that. My wife is becoming a little too quiet or a little too irritable, or or maybe my husband is now not looking at ease with himself. Are areas which we don't even talk about.
Yeah, the red flags.
And
We don't talk
and
about.
even when we start identifying those, we start acknowledging those, and we start seeking help. Even then, there is a social taboo or a stigma around keeping this within covers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when Mahua started or decided to step into this domain, and we came back to India in 2017 around this same time, around July, June, July, I was very pleasantly surprised that within the first month or two, she started getting clientele and people started coming up. And for me, this is also a very welcome change. Again, a very important growth in the society, that a lot of people from various walks of life are opening up, to ask for help, and are not hesitant to come with their partners, their family members, and get support, which I think is a very, very important change that is happening in this world.
Yeah, because I always am very fascinated whenever Mahua posts some of these things on the Facebook page, which is there, because for me that is the only maybe connection to some of these challenges which is there. So that's why I thought at least I need to be probing a little bit. And thanks a lot for sharing your thoughts, both you and Mukul. Let's move to the last section, which is a little bit fun. So which we call it Ask Me Anything or AMA. Yeah. So we have been, since both of you are there, so we'll start with the simple ones, which is there. And I don't know, there's a simple one, the first one. So Mahua, one quality of Mukul which you really admire, and you think if you had that, you would have been much better person.
One quality.
Yes.
One that you admire, and the other one that would have made me a better person.
Not
Right.
you. No. I'm just saying Mahua admires it, and maybe she does not have it. That's why she admires it, was my thing.
Okay.
She might also have it. I don't know whether she has it.
Yeah.
You can talk about the negative, but I don't want my Zindagi Ka Safar to have led to some kind
No,
of
fine. It's fine.
fight between two friends of mine. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Mo.
I admire one thing which is very rare, and I think somewhere we picked up from each other, or I don't know where, but today's time we are in sync with the same quality. I can say I'm not putting myself into it, but I have seen this in him. One very important thing is that if suppose my dad wants help, some kind of help, he'll be the first person to rush. If my domestic help child wants help, he'll be the first one. So there is no discrimination for him when somebody is in need of help. Any kind of help, whether it is hand holding or anything, jo uske bas mein hoga. I've never seen him discriminating people in his life, which is a very rare quality, because I hear about this discrimination, I hear about this hierarchy, I hear about so many different things, there's no discrimination. I mean, he does not discriminate gender, he does not discriminate anybody. Like our neighbor's house, like we stay in one apartment, the other apartment is, we have our Muslim family, Sheikh Auntie. So they have been with us and they feel very safe being alone here. Unke beta udhar Jeddah mein rehta hai and all. But without any hesitation, we have seen that whenever it's his birthday, he will go do a pranam to them, take their blessings. So that is example I'm saying for non-discriminating approach of Mukul. He is not there. So it's such a beautiful thing to watch him being there everywhere, like Joler Moton, he's like he will just mix up into everything, and that's beautiful about him. It's very rare.
That's a very rare and lovely quality to have. अब तुम्हारी बारी भैया, मतलब आप बताओ
मैं
महुआ की।
बोला पहले थैंक यू बोल दूं कि इसी
हाँ
बहाने
पहले
मुझे पता चला that this is how this is what is appreciated.
this is one of the
No,
things she is appreciating. There might be many more.
Yes,
Chalo,
many more.
many more. Yes.
so for me, what is really interesting about Mahua is her spontaneity.
Hmm.
She is very spontaneous.
Hmm.
She's very spontaneous. I mean, because, and I'm kind of trying to say things that, like what you mentioned, things that are that you appreciate and things that you wish that you could have this. Right.
Yes.
So one is the spontaneity, and because she's very spontaneous with her approach to things, with her way of handling things, and
Hmm.
as a result of this, you throw her in a room full of people that she does not know. She will walk out with a lot of friends. She will walk out, by energizing that entire environment, and that's very very unique about her. And this is something which I think that I could have also had something similar flair like this. And so that's Moa. I mean, she is a live wire.
Yeah, I think I agree, because I think I have met Mahua only twice, face to face. One during the get together, once we had come and met. But it looks
Yes.
like we know each other, and as much as I know Mukul, I know Mahua in the same manner, as if we grew up together or we were friends and we have chatted so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So I think that's one great quality, Mahua, which you have. Which anyway was my next question, that who has more friends and families? Maybe we have already got the answer. So yeah, okay. And who keeps in touch more? Is again Mahua keeps in, or you are the one? Okay.
Friends, family.
Okay, is it? Okay. Chalo. Good. That's also good.
No, but yeah, I mean, she certainly is the one that normally keeps touching base with a lot of people at all the time, and she's the one that keeps the ball rolling. Yeah.
You guys have gone on lots of vacation, either maybe individually or maybe with family. Now, this one is more of a bucket list kind of question. Now, if both of you were given the opportunity, given that we have all been stuck at our homes, go on a vacation, only two of you. Yeah. Where will that place be, and what all you guys will do when you go there?
I think we have been there, but it still permanently remains in a bucket list. There's one place which permanently remains in a bucket list, and
Which one
that's
is it?
I think
So there is this place
Sri
in
Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
Oh, okay.
There's a place in Sri Lanka in Trincomalee.
Huh.
Yeah, and there is a property called the Trinco Blue. I mean,
Okay.
I think I can ask them to give me a bit of a premium for this advert campaign. But the place is so beautiful. It was a dream kind of a venue or a place where they have the place is beautiful. It's on the beach.
Huh.
There is a heated pool out in the open.
Huh.
So you are on the pool. It is a heated pool, and the time that we were there, it was drizzling and raining. So so that was one of the most yeah.
But otherwise, Sri Lanka is a
Yeah.
beautiful place that we want to be.
Hmm.
We want to visit again. But see, we have visited. We took a long road trip from Belgium to down south to till Italy.
Hmm.
We took a trip, and we completed many places. We've seen many places. But if you ask me, कि फिर से कहाँ जा मतलब a bucket list kind of a thing, I think Sri Lanka is where we connected. We loved the place in a different manner. I'll tell you why we connected. Coming back to the word of wilderness, where our roots are. We started off growing in jungles. So seeing Sri Lanka with such dense forest and elephants and the waterfalls and rivers and everything, I think that's what connected us subconsciously or unconsciously.
And the road trip where you get to buy homemade curd and honey on the roadside. Oh my God, it's
beautiful. And on the roadside, I think that is what connected. That's what I felt now, just now. It is creating that
you feel at home.
Thing.
Okay, talking about home, one last question before we wrap up this segment. once you're retiring, which city finally you might decide to settle down? Will it be Pune? Will it be Nagpur? Will there Bangalore? Because now both the children are there in Bangalore. I don't know where they will be based later on, but
We can only answer this if you take out the word retiring, because we are not retiring.
yeah, you should not also. You should not also.
And interestingly, this is a discussion. I mean, I know about retirement. I was having with my elder one. She was asking me about what will you do after you retire. I said, I am not retiring. I said, why should I retire? I like doing what I'm doing. What I do at this point in time. Like now I am kind of into this coaching consulting space. I said there's nothing about retirement here. I mean, I'll continue to like to interact with people, meet people till the time.
But Pune is a beautiful place. Like Bangalore is, like, the weather suits and everything.
Yeah.
But home, if you call, given a choice, I can take the weather. If I can take the weather to Nagpur, I'll go and settle.
Yes,
something
true.
like that. So you cannot have the best of everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, these places hold a lot of thing in our heart.
Nagpur still is a very comforting. Huh?
Yeah, Nagpur is still a very comforting place. Very. This time when we had been there, somebody was saying, "Oh, Nagpur has become a retiring city."
Oh.
The retiring city. So I said, "Yeah, weather ठीक कर दो, अच्छा रहेगा." But and we have a friend, Arno. He's in Dubai. So when we get together and said, so we are all of the similar age. वो हमसे थोड़ा बड़ा है. So like he has been constantly telling, यार जब थोड़ा और उम्र हो जाएगा ना, हम लोग बकरी पालेंगे. We'll have a goat farm. ठीक है, रिटायर करेंगे यार, बकरियां पालेंगे, बकरी का बिजनेस करें. तो नागपुर और अमरावती रोड पे जगह लेंगे और वहां फार्म हाउस बनाएंगे और वहां बकरी पालेंगे. सो रिटायरमेंट मतलब ये बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस है हमारे पास में. So it is either with बकरीज और पुणे or Nagpur or Bangalore with kids. I don't know. But we'll see.
So far, life has been good. We are hoping that this continues.
Okay, so that's wonderful. So we thanks a lot for coming over, and we had I think quick look back at both of your zindagi, and which has been as any zindagi ka safar has. I think lots of good moments, couple of challenging ones. With I think both of you together could manage it very, very well. And going forward also, I think you will do it with the same smile and the same positive spirit, which I can see from both of you. So thanks a lot for taking time out and being on my particular show. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you
and
for having us.
Yeah, and it's I would say it's a very beautiful tool that you have created to get in touch and connect with all of us, because end of the day, in the Zindagi Ka Safar, it is all about staying in touch. So yeah, wish you all the best, and I'm sure we'll stay in touch for the future until then.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Okay, chalo, bye.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.